everyone. My name is Cindy Vale. I'm the principal at Hurd Street School. We're so excited for our boys and girls this afternoon to welcome a very special lifelong friend of mine. Her name is Catherine Gibson. She is a published author and she has written 7 children's books. We are so lucky that she's coming today to talk to our boys and girls, to show them not only read one of her first books that she wrote, but also teach the boys and girls how to sign, to do a little sign language. Along with that, we are so fortunate that she is going to donate this book for every boys and girls in our school today. And she's also giving us all of her 7 books so we can continue to enjoy all the books that she has written, and we will have them in the library. We're really looking forward to meeting this published author, Catherine Gibson.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Do you mind if I just go through our this? Okay, so you can hear me. So my name is Catherine Gibson, and yes, I write children's books. But how I got started, I was pretty much a dance teacher most of my life. And I was always fascinated by sign language classes. So I went back to school at night and I learned sign language. But it was there at the School for the Deaf, where I learned sign language, that changed my world. So after taking classes for 4 years, what I did is donated my time twice a week. And I taught dancing. This is dancing. So could you put your hands together like this? And these are your legs. You go back and forth like this. This means dance, 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 dance. So I taught the children, the deaf children, dancing. This is deaf. Can you do that? Deaf, deaf. And this, if you put the letter H, this is hard of hearing and deaf. So there at the school, I taught twice a week the dancing. And I have to say that is what changed my whole world. Everybody has a moment in their life where they figure out where they want to be and what they want to do in life. And like I said, at that time, I loved being a dance teacher. But it was one day that I went to the class, and I went early. And all the children were like you right here, just at the cafeteria, at their lunch tables. And when they saw me, they started banging on the table, "Dance teacher Kathy, dance teacher Kathy." Still, it brings tears to my eyes to this day, because it was kind of like this kind of visual moment. So I'm kind of having a flashback. But they all ran up to me, and they all grabbed my legs. And we literally went to dance class together like this. So I had 7 children on my legs going to dance class. And at that moment, I did cry, but it was happy tears. It was tears that I knew at that moment that this is what I'm supposed to do. And there was no plan as far as writing. I had no thoughts of ever writing. So literally every single book that I have written came to me at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's just something within inside me that gave me the idea. These children moved me. So I wrote the first book. Originally it was going to be called The Silent Dancer, but I changed it to Through Sophie's Eyes, because Sophie is actually my grandmother's name. So I wanted that name. So it's called Through Sophie's Eyes. And in this book here, that's the background of how I got started. So I literally started writing at 3 o'clock in the morning, did the book on my own. Somebody saw it. They started blogging it in the UK, and then the book just kind of took off from there. But this book here, see, it teaches you the alphabet. So this is fingerspell alphabet, and this is what you're going to have in your school. And then you're going to learn. I'm going to read this book to you, okay, afterwards. So this is what we'll read. This is, like I said, the very first book. And next, I started writing more books. They are coming at 3 o'clock in the morning. Again, I thought, just one book. This one here, the children were learning so much. This is the sign for love. Does everybody know how to do the sign for love? You put your hands in front of your chest like this. That means love. Or you can go like this. Do you know how to do this? That means I love you. Yes. Or you could do go like this. I love you. Do it again. I love you. So in this book here, that book she was doing the dancing. Here, she's doing synchronized swimming. Again, it gives you the alphabet, but you learn 4 sign words per page. So you learn a lot. But each book has a message. The very first book was about a deaf dancer. The children weren't being nice to her. They were whispering about Sophie. They didn't want to include her. But we all want to include people, right? You always want to include people. If you see somebody sitting alone, yes? So this means yes, yes, yes. Let's do that. Yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. No, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. So if you ever see somebody sitting alone, go sit with them. Because one day that might be you, right? You might be the one sitting alone. Or it might be you be the new person in school, right? You could be the first, the new girl or new boy in class, and you feel alone. So you always want to include people to make them feel better, right? Yes? So all the books have a different message, and we can go through all of those. But I think what we'll do is we'll just start right now with Through Sophie's Eyes. I'll read that to you. And here, I'll just show you really quick. We have Lily Loves Books, because I love books, and it's all about somebody that loves to read, but gets teased for reading. But again, it's just doing what you love to do and feeling, just moving forward. Don't ever feel that you have to change for if somebody's being mean to you. Because there's always going to be fresh people out there that are not going to be nice. But you just can't listen to that. You have to do what you love to do and be who you are and what you want to do in life. This one here, Coach Bob and Me. This here is about a boy who's shy and a man in a wheelchair. This person is a real person. Your principal and I went to high school with him. He was a big football player when we went to school together. Years later, he was in a very bad car accident. More years past that, my son's in high school, and there they are working out together in the gym. And it's about accepting others of difference and still following your dreams. He still followed his dream to be a football coach. He didn't give up. So that's what I'm saying. We all have hills and valleys in life. We all have struggles in life, but that's going to help you. I know you might say, oh, this is awful, what's happening to me? But just try to find the good in it. Try to find the message in it that everything is going to help you in life be better and to help others. And that's how you have these wonderful teachers. They help you, okay? And so they're gonna help you find what you want to do in your future. So I'm gonna read right now to you Through Sophie's Eyes. Now, I also have an amazing person in this book that I did honor. My dance teacher passed away at 102. But I was the dance teacher at the School for the Deaf. But I honored my dance teacher in this book. Her name is Miss Helen. And she lives in West Hartford. Well, she did live in West Hartford, Connecticut. That's what she looks like right there. So I honored her in this book. Each book I did honor somebody. And again, this is the alphabet. You could do all this later in your classroom, the alphabet. In a small town not too far from here lived a girl named Sophie. She was like most other girls her age, except she could not hear or speak. Sophie was deaf. To communicate, she would read people's lips and speak with her hands using sign language. Sophie loved to draw pictures, read fairy tales, but most of all, she loved to dance. One of Sophie's favorite things to do was to watch people dance on television. She would look for old movies that had dancing in them and pretend she was one of the dancers. So do you remember the sign for dance? What's the sign for dance? Here's your dance floor, here's your legs. Dance, 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 just back and forth like this, the long way, the long way. If you go the short way, this means read, and this means dance. Once Sophie went to a beautiful wedding and was fascinated by all the people spinning and twirling on the dance floor. She watched as the ladies were spun around in their pretty dresses and their high-heeled shoes. She was in awe with their gentle and graceful manner. While everyone was dancing, Sophie found herself feeling the vibrations coming through the floor. She, too, was swaying and dancing just like the other guests. So the word is dance. Sophie's mom also loved to dance. The two of them would dance together for hours. They would move the furniture around and turn the living room into a dance area. One day, Sophie's mom decided to surprise Sophie with a little dance area in her bedroom. While Sophie was at school, her mom had long mirrors and wooden ballet bars put in her room. It looked like a real dance studio. When Sophie came home that day, she was so surprised. She never could have imagined having her own dance studio. The only thing that was missing were other dancers to dance with. So the sign for mom is down here by your chin. So this is mom, and this is dad. So let's try that. Mom, and this is dad. And if you extend out twice, this is grandmother, grandfather. Try it again. Mom, dad, grandmother, grandfather. Very good. The next day, Sophie went to school with a big smile on her face. She too couldn't believe she had her very own dance area. As she sat at her desk, the teacher passed out a flyer to the class. The flyer was from the local dance studio. They were offering dance lessons to the students at her school. Sophie was so excited, she couldn't wait to share the news with her mom. Down the side of the page is the word school. So the sign for school is you tap your hands together twice and glue them there. So this is school. 1, 2, glue it there. School. One more. Love. School. Love. School. While on the bus traveling home, Sophie started daydreaming about taking dance lessons at the dance studio. When the bus stopped in front of Sophie's house, she leaped off the bus and went running inside. She ran right to her mom and handed her the flyer. Sophie quickly signed to her mom, "Can I take dance lessons? Can I?" At first, her mom was worried and signed, "The girls that take dance lessons can hear the music. They can listen for the teacher's instructions. It might be too hard for you." Sophie signed back, "Mom, I can watch the teacher and follow. I don't need to hear the music. I can feel it." Her mom smiled and signed back, "Okay, we can try it." Sophie jumped up and down and signed to her mom, "Thank you, thank you." So for the sign for thank you is from your chin forward. So when you do it, but you always want to give eye contact. So thank you. Thank you. But if you put your hand to hand, that means good. Okay? So thank you, eye to eye, and good. The next day, after school, Sophie's mom took her to the dance studio. As Sophie entered, she stopped and looked all around the room. The dance room was just as she had imagined. It was a large room with floor-to-ceiling mirrors and a wooden ballet bar that went down the entire side of the wall. The dance teacher went over to greet them. Sophie signed, "Hello, my name is Sophie. I am excited to take dance lessons." The teacher signed back, "Hello, Sophie. My name is Miss Helen. I am glad you are excited to take dance lessons. We will have lots of fun." Sophie and her mom were happily surprised that Miss Helen knew sign language. And down the side of the page is the word name. So when you do that, you just glue your fingers together like this, and you put them on top like this. my name. So for myself, my name was Kathy, dance teacher. But letter C, Kathy, dance teacher, okay? You can design your own sign name. I could show you how to do that. It was time for the dance lessons to begin. Miss Helen brought Sophie to the center of the room and introduced her to the class. Sophie signed to the girls, "Hello, my name is Sophie." The girls looked puzzled as Sophie used sign language to greet them. When the class started, Miss Helen signed to Sophie to line up with the other dancers to begin at the ballet bar. While the girls were in line, they started whispering to one another, covering their mouths so Sophie couldn't read their lips. Sophie knew they were whispering about her. She tried to be brave, but the tears began slowly to roll down her cheeks. Miss Helen noticed Sophie was upset. She signed to Sophie, "Are you okay? Do you want to stop for the day?" Sophie dried her tears and signed back to Miss Helen, "I'll be okay. I want to dance." And the word here is hello, and it's just like we do it. Hello, hello. You see in this picture, the girls whispering, covering their mouths. Is that nice? No. So this is the sign for nice. Nice, nice. And this is not nice. Not nice. But we're all here, what? Nice, nice. Be very nice. Miss Helen noticed the girls weren't not being that nice to Sophie. When class ended for the day, Sophie quickly grabbed her stuff and left. Miss Helen asked the girls to stay. She told the girls to start stretching and she'll be right back. She went to the office and returned shortly with a bag of cotton. She had all the girls take a piece of cotton and put it in their ears. Miss Helen told the girls that they would be dancing without music, like Sophie. Down the side of the page here is the word teacher. So the sign for teacher, this is person, straight down, person, person. Teacher is, you just put your fingers together like this, teacher, teacher. Love my teacher. Or you could do love my, and you could point to your teacher. Teacher, yes, teacher. Miss Helen signaled the girls to line up in the center of the room. She told them that they could not rely on their ears to listen for the music or instruction. They had to use their other senses to feel the rhythm of the movements. Miss Helen used her hand movements and body language to guide the girls. The girls began to stumble over one another as they tried to keep their eyes focused on Miss Helen. They were tired and out of breath as they tried to keep the rhythm. They didn't realize how difficult it was to dance without hearing the music. And down the side of the page here is the word learn. So right here is a bunch of knowledge in your hand. You're gonna scoop up all that knowledge. Just scoop it all up and you're gonna glue it to your head. Let me see you do it. Just get all that knowledge. Just grab it all up. Grab it and just glue it there. That's the word learn. When Sophie got home, her mom asked how was dance class. Sophie told her mom how the girls treated her and began to cry. She signed to her mom, "The girls think because I'm deaf, I can't dance." Her mom replied as she softly wiped away her tears from her face, "Oh, Sophie, you are a wonderful dancer. Don't worry about what the other girls think. Not being able to hear is only part of who you are. You have a special gift that allows you to use your dancing as a way to express yourself. You should celebrate who you are." I do. Here it is. So down the side of the page here is the word deaf. Remember that one? From your mouth to your ear. Deaf, deaf. And the letter H, hard of hearing, and deaf. The next day, Sophie decided to walk to dance class. She knew she could show the girls that she was a good dancer. As she was walking, it started to rain. The rain was like music to Sophie. She looked up and smiled at the raindrops and raindrops tiptoed on her face. Sophie leaped and splashed through the puddles all the way to dance class. And down the side of the page is the word rain, like today, right? It's still a beautiful day. So this is rain, rain, and snow is slow, slow, and rain. When Sophie arrived at the dance studio, she quickly changed from her wet shoes to her ballet slippers. While stretching for class, Sophie noticed that the other girls were smiling at her. One of them even waved and motioned for her to stand next to her at the wooden ballet bar. Miss Helen began the class and everyone watched for her instructions. Sophie noticed that Miss Helen did not turn on the music. She also noticed that Miss Helen did not give any verbal instructions. She was only using her body movement and hand signals. It put a smile on Sophie's face when she realized that the girls were learning to dance through her eyes. They were seeing what it was like for her every day. And down the side of the page is the word music. So music is just back and forth like this. Music. Do you love music? Love music. As the weeks went by, the girls prepared for their solo performances. Sophie practiced and practiced. It was finally Sophie's day to do her solo performance. She thought to herself, I can do this. I love to dance. I am ready. Sophie was nervous yet excited. She slowly walked to the center of the room and saw everyone's eyes on her. She got into her dance position, took a deep breath, and waited to feel the music. And then she danced and she danced and she danced. The girls watched in awe. They started whispering again, but this time they did not cover their mouths. They were all saying, Sophie was beautiful, she was graceful, she was a ballerina. At the end of Sophie's dance, she glanced over at the other dancers to see their reactions. She saw smiles on their faces as they clapped and they cheered for her. Sophie could not have been happier. As she curtsied to the dancers ran to the center of the room to join her. They all formed a circle, holding each other's hands, and they danced together. Everyone realized that you do not need to be able to hear the music to be a great dancer. The girls curtsied goodbye to Miss Helen and hugged each other and left class with a great lesson learned. Down the side of the page here is the word beautiful. The sign for beautiful is your whole hand going like this. Beautiful. Beautiful. Can you do that? Beautiful. For handsome, this is the letter H. Handsome. Handsome. Or beautiful. That night, as Sophie's mom tucked her into bed, Sophie told her mom how proud she felt about her performance and how she loved her dance class. The girls were so happy for me, Sophie signed. As her mom sat on the side of her bed, she brushed her hand through Sophie's hair and signed, I'm so proud of you. I knew the girls would see your gift to dance. As her mom got up from the side of the bed, she signed to her, I love you. Thank you. The end. Thank you so much. So, two quick things. So, in each book that will be in the library, they each, like I said, have a message, and I'm trying to juggle them all here, I'm sorry. But this one here is called What's Your Something Special, and I just really want to read one of my poems that I wrote in here for you. Actually, I could just read it right from the book. But I just want you to know that each and every one of you has a gift. Every single one of you has a gift. And I want you to believe it within your heart, because that's where it comes from, is from your heart. You got to work hard, and you could be whoever you want to be. And this poem I want to read to you, because it's my favorite poem. And also, I hope it's a message for you that you keep. I'm going to give you each a little card here that you could keep. Each day you have maybe a hard day, you can read it and just give you a little bit of motivation. So this is the poem. When you find your special something, you'll know it right away. It comes from deep inside of you and never goes away. is something you've always had but can't find in a book, don't give up, just try again and take another look. There is a special gift that only you can share. The more you give from your heart, the more you'll find is there. When you look inside yourself, believe in what you see, you'll find your special something. Your heart will hold the key. So that's my poem and my gift to you. And today, you're each going to get a book, and this one's called Daisy May Finds Her Way. And this one here is a very special book because a special lady, her name is Betty White. She's an actress, but also an advocate for animal causes. She endorsed this book. My husband actually is in the back of the room there. That's my husband back there, everybody. So I wanted to say thank you to him for coming here today. But this book here, each one of you are going to get a copy. So you will get to bring this home, okay? Does that sound good? Yes? Yay! My gift to you. So thank you, Cindy. Thank you so much. Mrs. Voss.
What a great special afternoon we had. We're so excited not only to have Catherine Gibson read one of her books that she wrote, but also teach all of us some special sign languages that we'll continue to use. We also are so excited to take the book that Miss Gibson gave us and go home and share it with our families. Thank you again for such a special afternoon. It was a great treat.
Let's go over here. Can we go over here? What do you have?